Alright, how's it going, everyone? Are you guys happy? Today's Artsy Wednesday, I guess. Yeah, we don't have a title, like a specific title for the Wednesday streams. Fart Wednesdays. Alright, fart from fan art, right? Like fan art Wednesdays. I guess that could be it. That could be it. So yeah, as you guys know, I always make some Genshin Impact shorts every now and then because I'm partnered with Yomiholic, which you know, and like my objective per month is 2 to 3 Genshin Impact themed shorts. So today I'm going to be drawing Nahida because her birthday is coming up on the 27th of October, I believe. So I thought, you know, let's draw this girl. A lot of people ask me to draw her. I think her design is really cute. Leo Closer, thank you so much for the biddies. Thank you, I appreciate it. Midweek Artistry Magic Wednesday. That feels a little bit too long. But I feel like the midweek has potential. Because it's an M and a W, right? Like, I feel like for a logo, it has potential, right? Because it's the M and the W. You made me better with your stream starting today. Oh, I'm glad. I hope your day gets better. Honestly, thank you for the hydrate. I appreciate it. Yeah, I like it a lot midweek. It's not very easy to say, but I like it. Wednesday art waves. I like the waves. I like that. Do you live in Japan? No, I don't. I live in Portugal. Born and raised. Alright, I've got my water, I've got my art, and okay, I feel like it's time to start, right? Chasing colors, Wednesday, ooh, because we've got like the CC, I like that as well. I feel like there's a lot of room that we can go with. Alright, here I am with my tablet in hand. Let me show you, first of all, let me just get my pen. I kind of changed my phone, like, I changed the place of my phone so that maybe my model doesn't glitch as much whenever I'm looking down. Hopefully it doesn't. But yeah, so I discovered your channel not long ago. Finally can see your stream. Welcome, welcome. I appreciate you guys giving Twitch a chance. Even if, you know, I don't stream at very good hours or something, it's always nice if people stop by, even if they don't stay long. And also this is being recorded for YouTube, so it shouldn't be a problem. So yeah, this is the character I'm going to be drawing. I've already sketched her, so if you want to see Nahida in my style, there you go. She doesn't look that different, does she? I guess it's a little... I'm already seeing mistakes. I feel like her ears are a little bit downturned, like more downturned than when I made them. So I'm gonna try to fix that real quick before we start. There you go. Nunca ouvi falar português. Eu falo português de vez em quando. Very rarely I do speak Portuguese, but most people here do not speak Portuguese. So I try to make this so that everyone can understand, right? Rare Portuguese dub. Oh, there you go. I think that looks better, right? Because it looks a little more like downturned. Time zones. Oh yeah, I get it completely. I'm glad I was able to catch one. Yeah, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it a lot. I understand. I myself am really bad at like catching people's streams, so there's no worries about it at all. Did Ojama Jodorimi art in the past? Yes, I did. I did back in 2017, I believe. I also did some more recent one, but I feel like it's not as known. But I did indeed. It's one of my favorite shows from my childhood, and also one of my biggest art inspirations. Mostly speak English despite being Filipino. I feel like a lot of Filipino people speak a lot of English. That's like that's my experience like online. Is that usually people from the Philippines consume a lot of content in English and they speak a lot of English. Like they speak very well. So that's pretty cool. And I'm glad you guys like my style. Hopefully, I would like to start streaming on YouTube. Because I don't know if you guys are like aware of like Twitch news and stuff, but it used to be forbidden for partners and affiliates on Twitch to multi-stream, both like on Twitch and on YouTube. But now they've lifted that ban, so now we can finally dual stream, like both on YouTube and on Twitch, which is like very, very huge. I feel like a lot of people on YouTube would like to catch the streams, but they can't because like they're too young to use Twitch, or they just don't have an account, or they don't know how to work with it. So I think it would be really nice to like make the art streams like not Twitch exclusive anymore and make them like both Twitch and YouTube. The 3D model website. I'm actually using the 3D model website right now. I'm going to be using it. I love the Symmetry tool because my style is very, very, very digital, right? And my style is very inspired by stuff like Sanrio. So like consistency and cleanness are like very, very important for my style, you know? Like that's why I try to make it as digital as possible, and whenever I do traditional art, my art looks so different because there's not like it's not possible, or it's almost impossible to recreate like that perfect look with traditional art, and that's something that I take a lot of pride in when it comes to my style. I want it to be as clean as possible, you know, just like almost like vectorial. Like so that's why I use tools. I feel like tools like, you know, line stabilization, what's the other, like symmetry rulers, those are very, very useful to achieve like that perfect look. Not perfect in the sense of like, oh, my art has no mistakes, I wish. But perfect in the sense that like it's very, very, very clean. And like I want it to look as quote-unquote official as possible. That's like my goal as an artist and creator. What's the website? It's called Games Fashion Archive. All like no spaces, no nothing. Today's your birthday. Happy birthday. All right. Yeah, it is. Happy birthday. Thank you for stopping by. I remember you mentioning it yesterday. Very nice. Yeah, I would like to start dual streaming to YouTube and to Twitch. I would need like mods and stuff for YouTube. Though I don't know who to ask to be mod on YouTube, because, you know, my Twitch mods would rather watch the stream on Twitch instead of YouTube. So I don't really know what to do. And there's like, obviously there's other people that I trust, like the Discord mods that I could add as mods on YouTube. But it makes me, I don't know. I'm not too sure, because for example, Big is a mod on Discord and a VIP here on Twitch, so he could definitely like be a good candidate for a YouTube mod. But I just know you guys prefer the Twitch community, because like you've been here for a very long time, right? So I just kind of feel like having to change your platform, I don't know. But I think it would be really interesting, because like I created a new channel for my VODs on YouTube. It's called Marikyuun VODs. Very straightforward. And we've already reached 500 subscribers, so I'm very happy about that. Thank you. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. Please subscribe. I would like to eventually like monetize that channel as well. That would be nice. But you know, it's not like super important. The other thing though is I'm thinking, so I've got like that you know, VODs channel on one hand, but on the other I would like to start dual streaming, but I don't want to dual stream every single stream I do. I want to leave that to like the weekly art streams, so that one, I don't spam my YouTube account, and two, like since YouTube is already basically art themed, I don't want to just like start streaming random games and then people are not going to be interested in it, right? Like it's not worth it to stream to YouTube if people are not going to be interested, because that's not what people follow me for. So what I'm thinking is art streams go on YouTube and on Twitch, both. And gaming streams are like Twitch only, but the VODs go on YouTube on the VODs channel. That's like the... I guess that would be like the goal. Let me look at Nahida better. Hi Cloudy, how's it going? So I feel like she's basically symmetrical, like her hair is basically symmetrical. So let's do that. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, if you go on my profile on YouTube, you can see, and on every description of a Genshin video, it says that video is made with Yumiholic, which is the company I'm partnered with to create Genshin Impact content. So basically all those shorts are sponsored. But I feel like most people don't realize that. I get that question a lot, like, why do you draw so much Genshin? And it's like... How do I say this without it sounding bad? Maybe one day I'll play Genshin, who knows? I'm not super interested though. I've tried it once. And it didn't hook me, I unfortunately have to say. Genshin be making numbers? No, that's not... I mean, yeah, numbers, but not necessarily lots of views, unfortunately. I feel like shorts overall are getting less views in general. So it's a little bit harder to get views on those, which is a shame. I don't know. Most of my, like, revenue... I mean, most of my views come from shorts, like, by far. And around, yeah, I would say like 50% of my YouTube revenue comes from shorts. Because I don't post that many videos. So them, like, not pushing shorts as much is not great. Haji, thank you so much for the tier 1. Thank you, thank you! That's 12 months, that's a whole year. Thank you so much. H? What did they mean by that? Alright, time to suffer from the decisions of these character designers. Genshin syndrome, baby. She's got that huge amount of, like, detail on her clothes and design. Why? Why did they do that? Oh, trying to type hi. That would make sense. That would make a lot of sense. Hello, hello. Welcome, guys. Alright, a little heart here. I like that she has a lot of hearts. I love hearts. They're, like, my favorite shape. I know hearts are, like, super mainstream. And, like, oh yeah, every girl likes pink hearts. I don't care. I love hearts. It's such a cute shape. And I don't understand how such an ugly organ managed to get such a cute, like, stylized shape for it. I don't understand. I do not know. You know, I'm going to simplify this pattern she has. I'm just gonna make it a cross. I think it's the good thing about my style is that I can just simplify stuff as I want. Because, like, this is what it looks like. Like, all of these. I just made it a cross. Because I can just simplify. Because it's just a little chibi. Little chibi guy. You're gonna grind on Genshin? Is there a character you want, specifically? I played Genshin for like a week. The only 5-star I got was a weapon. I think it was Kaching's sword, I believe, but I didn't even have Kaching. My best character was Yanfei. That was like the only good character I had. I also had Noelle, I think. Who else did I have? I don't remember. Oh, I had Barbara as well. I can't really remember. Kaching has no sword. Oops. Then I have no idea whose sword I got. I got someone's sword. That's for sure. I got someone's sword. No idea whose. There we go. That's why, this is why I always think it's funny when people sponsor me to promote stuff. I don't know anything about Genshin. Like, I do my best to do, like, the characters justice. But yeah, I'm just an artist. Please don't ask me to promote stuff. Something like this. The ideal would be to have like another symmetry ruler here so that these like drops are exactly perfectly similar and like symmetrical. That would be ideal, but I don't know if that's possible to do on Clip Studio. Actually, let me try. Can I add another one? Huh. I don't think that's gonna work. No, that doesn't work. Very unfortunate. Genshin syndrome happens a lot, yeah. I call it Genshin syndrome because that's when I started like noticing this. And I feel like Genshin is so popular that it created this this trend on character design. That's very seen, especially among Vtubers. They're so detailed all the time and like so hard to draw for no reason. Like, why do they do that? I guess it's so that the models also look better, like look more stuff moves around in the model. Also makes the model look more expensive because it makes it a lot more expensive. And there's a weird, like, obsession on the VTubing community with, like, having the most expensive, like, stuff. I don't know why. But that's something I have noticed. Like, people will make fun of other VTubers because, like, because their model looks cheap. Or stuff like that. It's very ugly to see. Like, we're all just trying to make content, you know? No one's ever said that to me, though. Everyone really praises my model a lot, which makes me really happy since I drew it myself, right? And I went, like, above and beyond to get, like, someone to rig it who I trusted with my art. Models are very expensive indeed. I think that, like, if you can save money on your model, like, in any way, like, if you make it yourself, or if you make the art yourself, or, you know, if you do part of the stuff, like, yourself, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. On quite the opposite, actually. I think it's really cool that you can make it yourself, you know? I'm glad you guys are excited for Reverse 9099. I'm glad you guys liked the video. Unfortunately, the video's not gonna have a lot of views. for reasons outside of my control. But I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I'm not gonna be playing the game, that's for sure. Rewatch the video. I don't know if YouTube notices that actually. They might. Marikyuun Hello Kitty collab. I would love that. That would be so cool. I would have to become like really, really popular for that to happen. And even then, I don't know if I would need to have like a clothing brand myself. This is a very weird pattern. So it's like in, out, curve, in. I don't like how this looks. With Pusheen. I would love that. Though, I think if it was that easy, quote unquote, you would see a lot of like collabs with like Hololive members or Vshoujo members, you know, already. Like Iron Mouse, X Cinnamon Roll, like that seems like something that should happen, right? Because she talks about Cinnamon Roll so much. And she likes him so much. And like, Iron Mouse is like such a huge VTuber. The bow, always the bow on collabs. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change the bow on Calamari. Otherwise it won't be a collab, it will be a lawsuit. Probably. I wanted to make a funny reference, but I don't think that's how they will see it. Alright. Draw like a little... Oh, these are actually shorts. I thought it was a little skirt, but they're like little short bloomers. That's very cute. I love that for her. Yeah, the bow and calamari. Yeah, it's basically Hello Kitties. But like, I did that on purpose. I wanted it to be a cute reference. Because I really like Sanrio, right? But apparently, the bow is very heavily trademarked. So like if I were ever to make, you know, merchandise or something with this character, I'm gonna have to change the bow. Cause I don't wanna face a lawsuit. I know there's a mouse VTuber out there. Yeah, Iron Mouse, she's the biggest indie. She's not really indie cause she's with Vshoujo, but she's definitely like one of the biggest VTubers on the whole world. Yeah, no, I'm definitely changing it. Because like at the end of the day, a bow is a bow, and there's only like a few things, a few ways you can like stylize a bow in a style like mine, I guess. But there's ways, there's definitely ways. Add hearts, add a little bit of perspective to the bow, for example, instead of making it like completely forward facing. Alright, there you go. Line art is going smoothly. I need to thicken the lines here on the dress. For that merchandise, look, thick lines on the outside. I feel so bad whenever I say it on video. Putting flames on the bow? What do you mean? Alright, that looks good. song's annoying me. I'm gonna change. Thank you, YouTube, for the ad. This could be you. I want to skip the ad. Oh, we listened to this yesterday. That's okay. This is Marikyuun. It's royalty-free music. It's very Madoka. And then look at Nahida again. Alright. I like Marikyuun a lot. I think they make very good, like, quality music. And it's totally royalty free, so you can use it on your projects with no problems. I thought the fantasy vibes would kind of fit Nahida a little bit, even though I know she comes from like the desert world. Or like biome, I'm not sure how you call it on Genshin, but like the... Yeah, Symmetry. I guess it's like a country, right? Or a kingdom? Not too sure. What app is this? Yeah, if you're asking what app or what program I use to draw, that is Clip Studio Paint, yeah. Because I'm using a different program to draw, a different program to broadcast, and a different program to Vtube. So there's a lot of apps. I think drawing software has little to do with one's like art skill, you know, or like the quality of their like art. I've seen so much, like I feel like a style like mine, especially, you can do it on any program, to be honest, as long as it's got layers and you can like draw in a clean way. Have you noticed any improvements because of the new CPU? I think so. Like, at least I'm not losing frames anymore, so I guess that's a good thing. Yeah, like we've missed like 4 frames on the whole stream, which is definitely an improvement. I don't know how my CPU is holding up right now, but there's no lag whatsoever. So I think it was worth it. It was really scary to like try to stream. Every single time you'd get like hiccups or the stream would just not function. And especially now that I record at the same time as I stream. Yeah. What did I do on this other? But I feel like even if Sumeru is like a desert place, she's like a forest fairy, right? Something like that. She's not really like deserty, I think. I would assume Sumeru also has like forest biome, not just desert. Cause like this girl, she hasn't seen the sun in a long time. If I speak, I'll get banned. Oh my god. What's up, Snack? You are so real for that. But I feel like that kind of Genshin discourse, like we've seen it so many times. I don't think they're gonna change anything. There used to be a desert god, but now it's just Nahida. What did she slay the god? What did she do? What happened to the god? Did she just kill him? Hello, Redeem. Are you going to Iberanim? Wasn't Iberanim like last week? This year I only went to Iberanim Lisboa. I didn't go to Iberanim Porto. I think that was like last week. Oh, in 2024? I don't know yet. That's still like super far away. I don't go to their artist alley ever. If they invite me to go, I will. If not, I don't know. I'll have to see if I'll have an opportunity to go. Because I refuse to go as an artist. But I did go this year. Oh, Rika Matsumoto is going. Oh, the Japanese voice for Ash. That's cool. I wonder how many like subscribers I'll have by the time Iberanim happens. Because I would like to attend the event as like a guest. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like the way they treat artists on the artist alley. Like, I don't wanna... 200 million? God, not even one. Much less 200. Ruka Devara sacrifices herself by having lesser-known Sanali remove all memories of her existence from... Okay. I see. I understood everything that happened there. She looks a little sick. I feel like she always looks like that. I read a little bit about her personality and she doesn't seem to be very expressive in general. Bye, Leon. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good one. I think I'm going to Lisboa Games Week. I think. To be honest, I don't think there's that much difference between Iberanim and Lisboa Games Week. I think I'm going. Like, I was told I would get tickets. I don't know if that's true or not, but if it's not as an artist. I'm going as a visitor. Would be nice. I'm gonna wear a little Marikyuun badge with me all the time, and let's see if people recognize me. I feel like, yeah, the indie games are definitely the best part of that event. It's like what makes it different from Iberanim and the others. If it wasn't for that, like, nothing. Is buying Clip Studio Paint a good investment? That's a good question. I genuinely, like, for me it was, personally. But, like, nowadays I don't really know. Like, I've had Clip Studio Paint, I think, since high school. Or, you know, like, for a very long... No, not since high school. I don't know if it's been around for that long. But I got Clip Studio Paint, like, a little bit after it came out. It was, like, a really, really long time ago. And at the time, like, for me, it was totally worth it. I bought it for, like, what, 25 bucks? It was, like, really, really cheap. I think it's a good program. I don't know what, like, the deals are at the moment. So I can't really tell you if it's, like, a good investment or not right now. And especially because they want to, like... They want to change it, like... They want to make it, like, a subscription. So I'm not really sure... Like... You ask me, like, good investment specifically, I don't know how to answer you. I can tell you it's a good program. If it's a good investment or not for you, that's gonna, like, depend 100% on you. Sorry if that's, like, a boring answer. But it's because you said the word investment specifically. I feel the need to say that I genuinely do not know. Also will depend on what you want to do with the program. Personally, I like it a lot. I bought the premium version, like EX, at the time. No, I started with, like, the normal one, then I upgraded because, like, I was working on a webcomic at the time. And EX has a lot of features that were very helpful for comic making. So yeah. Sorry, that's a little bit of a boring answer. But yeah, every time I see Nahida, she doesn't look very happy. She's just, like, vibing. She looks a little sleepy always. I'm surprised no one's been like, what, Mari? You made a comic? Really, really surprised. I know a lot of people here know about it. But, like, I'm new to digital art. I want to improve. Honestly, what do you use right now? I feel like I don't know much about art programs. But, like, to be very honest, I think you can be good with any program. I see a lot of people use Ibis Paint. And I follow some really good artists who use that. And I think that program is free. So, like, I don't know exactly how that program works. I've never used it. But, I mean, if so many people use it, then it can't be bad, right? I got a video to edit. Ooh, Big Lord with the hard work. Let's go. That's hype. Hello, Yoshi. What's up? I was playing Mario Wonder before the stream. I was like, man, I really just want to play Mario Wonder. But no, today's art stream. I'm not gonna take away the art from the people. Because I'm very nice. Yeah, if you can't afford it, there's definitely, like, other options. I'm gonna be honest, I don't use 1/10 of the stuff Clip Studio Paint has to offer. For example, they have, like, the whole 3D models thing. I personally don't like it. I don't like the idea of using 3D models. So, like, there's so much that Clip has that I just don't use. I use, like, 2 brushes from like all the brushes they got. doesn't suit every style. Yeah, I agree. Like, I know that you can, like, deform the style, like, the 3D model in order to fit, like, your proportions and stuff. Me, as an illustration, I would not want to use 3D models simply because they make my work more stiff. And overall, if you've watched my video on tracing, my experience, like, with tracing has been that you become dependent on it. Like, once you start tracing, it becomes really, really difficult to stop. Because you become dependent on having that crutch? You know what I mean? Like that, I think it's the crutch. Like, you start needing that crutch all the time. And for me, like, from my experience and from a lot of artists' experiences, it completely ruins their confidence in their own, like, anatomy sense and all that stuff. People become completely dependent on it. And that's why I have no interest in using it myself. And that's why I can't recommend it to anyone. Because personally, I think it won't do you good, like, in the long run. If you're working on a comic and you need to, like, do poses fast and stuff, it's very, very useful. And of course, it's not morally incorrect because, like, you're not robbing anyone of, like, their hard work and, like, their illustrations and stuff. So it's got nothing to do with, like, morality. It's simply that crutch. I feel like once you get used to the crutches, it becomes really difficult to, like, let go of them later on. And that's the only reason why I don't recommend, like, using 3D models and tracing in general. I mean, if you're using the 3D models and not tracing them and you're just, like, copying the pose or something, I think that's probably... It's the same as using, like, any other reference. Just try not to, like, depend on them. As someone who's used pose as references, I've noticed I'm a bit too dependent. I think using pose references is fine. Because, like, you can still do the work yourself, right? Like, the mental work. What inspired me to start drawing? Anime on TV when I was a kid. I grew up on the time where kids watched a lot of TV. Nowadays, they give kids tablets. Back in my day, they sat us in front of the television. And that's all I did. All afternoon. So I would have the TV on watching anime. Because there was a lot of anime airing on TV in Portugal back in the day. And in my opinion, it was the golden age of anime. Like, especially magical girl anime. Like, late 90s, early 2000s. For me, it was a great time. So I would spend my whole day, my whole afternoon, I would come back from school, watch anime for, like, the whole afternoon while I would draw on paper, like, in front of me. That's what I did. So I was just drawing, you know? I feel like nowadays kids use tablets and stuff. So they don't watch as much, like, shows. As many, like, shows. They watch more, like, YouTubers and, like, TikToks and stuff like that. Which is good as well. Like, it's not a bad thing. Just different. But I'm glad that I got to experience so much anime. And so much good anime through TV. Do you still have breakdowns about your art? Breakdowns, like, I start crying and thinking I'm not good enough. That usually doesn't happen because, like, once you become a professional in the sense where, like, once art becomes what pays your bills, you just kind of have to do it, you know? Like, if something is not working out, you gotta find a way to make it work, you know? Otherwise you won't put bread on the table, you know? I feel like, yeah, of course, sometimes I still feel bad that I'm not good enough, or, you know, sometimes I can't, like, do something in the way I imagined and stuff. Sometimes but the truth is, I don't have the time for that, you know? I just, if I can't do it in the way that I want it, I need like another way of doing it, because there's no time to lose. If I don't do the drawing, I will get paid. It's very simple. So yeah, that's kind of it. I'm too old to try to learn any other way and only do this for fun. Well, yeah, like, it always depends. Like, to me, it depends a lot on, like, your goals with art, you know? A lot of people ask me for advice, like art advice, and oh, can you look at my drawings and, like, give me tips and advice? And, like, I don't really like that question, because it depends a lot on, like, your goals with art, right? Like, if you're just someone who does it for fun and is just, like, you know, having fun with it, don't really want to do it, like, seriously, my advice is going to be very different than if you're someone who's trying to do it for a living, you know? It's just too different. Are you going to do the same thing you did to color Kokomi again someday? Oh, the small palette? Maybe. I might do that. I don't know. Probably, yeah. Probably down the line someday. Alright, I need to look at this girlie's shoes. Favorite part of the drawing? I like sketching, I think. I like the drawing part. The rendering part isn't really, like, drawing, right? I like line art as well. I guess I have days. If I'm not feeling very inspired, definitely line art. If I'm feeling inspired and it's one of those days where everything just goes right, then definitely sketching. You're so inspiring. Aw. Thank you. I'm glad my little platform can be helpful to some people. Favorite part of drawing finished art? If I speak, I'm in big trouble. Masato. There are tools for that, you know? If all you want to see is the finished art. I know you're kidding. I'm kidding. I'm half kidding. Like, if you were serious, I would unironically tell you just do AI art. You know, like, because I feel like also a lot of people who draw, they don't like drawing. They don't enjoy it. A lot of the comments I receive on YouTube just tell me straight up, I don't like drawing. They're not saying this, and they probably don't even realize they're saying this. But that's kind of it, you know? Like, when I made the video on tracing, I could really tell that people just don't enjoy art. They enjoy the feeling of completing art and posting it online. And to them I say, stable diffusion. You know, like, that's what people who don't want to be artists do, you know? And yeah. Started drawing recently. Welcome to the world of creating. It's fun. It's really fun. AI art feels icky. It's gross. Like, for the most part, especially like those people who upload them, you know, on social media and quite literally like steal quote unquote models from people and stuff. That the stuff that is done without permission and without consent is absolutely gross. I hate it as well. But, like, the truth is, the thing is here to stay, and it's not going anywhere. I think the best we can do is, like, educate people into using AI, like, correctly, or in a morally fine way. Does that make sense? Or stream my COD. I usually watch it from YouTube. Well, welcome. If you can't watch the streams, that's totally fine because I'm gonna start uploading them to my VODs channel, which is new, but I appreciate you making the time to stop by. For sure, I know I stream at times that a lot of people can't watch. But for those who stop by, even if just for a little bit, I really appreciate it. I feel like, yeah, AI is here to stay. The least we can do is, you know, like, educate people. For, like, morally correct ways of using AI. Our drawings help me a lot with eyes. I'm glad to know. I don't really care much about eyes, to be honest. I feel like it's the part one of the parts I care the least about. But I understand that it's a very important part in anime art. It is probably the focus of a lot of illustrations, so that makes sense. I feel like consciously I don't put a lot of effort into my eyes, but subconsciously I probably do. Because people always like... oh my god, homeru. How do you say that in Portuguese? In English? People always praise, like, the eyes of my artworks, so I must be doing something right. When I was a beginner, though, I would draw so many eyes. I would, like, fill pieces of paper with eyes when I was, like, a kid. Watching me on my way to science class. Please don't be late to class. Yeah, in most anime, they're definitely detailed. I remember when I was a kid, it was really important to me to have, like, my own way of coloring eyes. You know, like, it was, like, every artist needed their own, like, eye coloring, like, formula, I guess. And that is so funny to me nowadays, because, like, nowadays I'm just like, yeah, whatever works, whatever fits the mood. It's sort of cheating with AI art. It's not art. You're not producing anything. Like, you're generating an image out of, like, it's basically a gacha, you know? Like, you do, like, you write a bunch of prompts into a thing and you pray that it looks the way you want. It's like, it's not art. It's not, you're not creating art. You're not creating anything. And it definitely becomes a problem when you're, like, using artists, like, models and stuff without their consent for, like, for your dumb AI images. That is a problem. That becomes a problem when it's, like, without consent. I think AI should be, like, stable diffusion stuff. I feel like it should be used by artists to, like, help out our own, like, process. It shouldn't be used by people who want to replace artists and, well, hate artists, you know? That's how I feel. I don't know why I always enjoy drawing knees on my characters. Even though my style is very simplified, I feel like they would look better without knees. I just enjoy drawing them. I enjoy adding them to my characters. I think, you know, there's people who use AI. Like, I always give the same example, so sorry if you've heard this before. But, like, you know, you're doing, like, a Dungeons and Dragons campaign with friends. You want to see what your character would look like, you know? Stuff like that, you know? Like, you wanna show your friends, like, yeah, this is what my character looks like, you know? For, like, how do you say it? For, I guess, immersion purposes. like, I think if you shit on people for doing that, you know, just like between friends, they come together and they make like some AI generated images to like show their like characters to each other. Like if you shit on people like that, I think I don't know. I think you should probably get better fights to fight, you know? Yeah, no, AI can never replace the fun I have drawing. No, exactly, but that's exactly how this conversation started. I think AI is not art. Like, you know, using AI to create images is not creating art. And it's used by people who don't want to learn how to draw, who don't enjoy drawing, and who kind of want to replace artists for some weird, like, power dynamic thing that they have in their head. I think drawing is fun as hell. Drawing is fun as hell, and that will never be controversial to me. It isn't art, it's cheating. No, it's not art nor cheating. It's just like creating an image out of like already existing images and writing prompts into like a you know, a search bar or whatever. Like, it's definitely not art. But is it really cheating at anything? I just feel like it's so different from art. Like, if you're trying to make it art, like if you're trying to say it's your own art, then you're just wrong. You know, like, you're literally just wrong. Because first of all, it's not art, because art needs intention. And no, don't tell me like the prompter, like the person who's writing like big boob trending on ArtStation, you know, like those things, like don't tell me that people has the intention, because they don't. They're just rolling a gotcha, you know? There's like a limited amount of results that you can get from that. It's very big, but it's still limited, right? It's like, you know, you use like you roll on a gacha. That's basically how it is. It's not art. It will never be art. And please get over yourself. Like, if you think it's art, because by definition, the art requires intention from the artist. And in the case of AI, unfortunately, the stable diffusion models, they don't really know what they're doing. They're just following, like... It's a gotcha, right? Because, like, you roll, like, and sometimes, like, it's such a gotcha that, like, whenever the programs, like, have updates, the AI bros get, like, they panic. They immediately panic. Because, like, the thing doesn't work anymore for them. Like, the same prompts will give them, like, different results, and the guys panic. The expression or application of human creative skills and imagination, typically in a visual form such as painting or sculpture, producing works to be appreciated primarily for their beauty or emotional power. Yeah, exactly. You need an intention. Like, you need the artist to intend for that to be a piece of art, right? Like, a glass of water, you know, like a glass can be a work of art or not. Depends on the intention of who made it, right? If it's intended to be a piece of design to be appreciated, then it's art. Then it's art. I don't like AI, and someone said that you don't like AI, then you shouldn't you just like digital art? It's people are very ignorant, and that's just the way it is. People don't know, they're ignorant. And unfortunately, not unfortunately, I would say fortunately, art is something that is very easy to appreciate, right? Anyone can appreciate art, no matter like how knowledgeable they are about it. And that's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because it means a lot of people can appreciate your art. Like, for example, if you post like your art online, you can get a lot of like attention on it, and that can pay you the bills, right? Neff redeemed, become VIP, Neff. You can't become a VIP because you're already a mod. How many times do I have to tell you? You are so funny. But, I feel... yeah, so it's both a blessing and a curse. So it's a blessing because it means your art can be appreciated by a lot of people. And, it's not easy, but like it's easier for artists like myself to pay our bills. Because you know, there's a very wide audience that can appreciate it. On the other hand, it's a curse because people think that, you know, if they can appreciate it, then they can also comment on it, and they also like have the knowledge to like fully understand it, you know? So that's why you get AI bros, you know? That's why you get people who like try to argue with artists, that like try to argue that it's as much work to work on your prompts, and it's like the same thing as like learning how to draw, you know? That's the curse part, in my opinion, about art being so like so accessible. Overall, I think it's a great thing. However, it has its problems, like that exactly. Like, everyone's an art. Like, everyone can comment on art. Everyone can say, this art sucks, or this art is good, or this art is bad. And a lot of the times, people have no idea what the hell they're talking about. I saw this really good thread on Twitter from someone who was saying that, like, they felt like people who didn't understand art, like non-artists, could only look at art from, like, an illustration, for example. They could only look at the illustration as like the full thing, like the whole thing. And the truth is that we have different reasons for enjoying a piece of art, right? Like, some illustrations we like for the colors, we like for the pose of the character, or we like for the message, you know? And people who are not familiar with art and who are not like very yeah, I guess familiar, right? And knowledgeable about art, they can't do that. They can only think like unidimensionally. They can only see like, oh, this is good art, but this is bad art, you know? And that I feel also the fact that online everyone can have a platform and say whatever they want. But yeah. Artists can produce what you actually want. AI can only guess what you... It's not even, like... You know how AI has a lot of problems, like making hands and stuff? It's precisely... I'm just turning on the light so that I got better face tracking. But, the reason why the hands and stuff look so bad is because, like, the stable diffusion model doesn't even really understand what it's doing. Like, because if it knew it was doing hands, it would know they can't have more than 5 fingers, right? That's basically it. I hate listening to you. No, I don't. I wasn't even listening to you. I can't hear him. That's kind of how I feel, you know? Thank you for the stretch. I really need it. Played so much Mario Wonder I can't even look at it. That's not good. I just finished World 6 today, and I'm going to Bowser. I'm completing everything as I go. Someone thought it was a spider. Well, if you gave it 8 fingers, then that makes sense. But yeah, like the stable diffusion models, they don't even know. They don't even know what the hell a hand is. They don't know. They just recreate stuff. Thank you for the hydrate. So like, how can that be art? You know what I mean? How can it be art when the creator, which is the AI, doesn't even understand like what they're doing? They don't even know what they are creating. Foolish machine. One day maybe, if they get their own sentience, and get like a taste for creating art, then maybe it will be different. There you go. Alright. I always like those sketches. I always like those sketches on Twitter and stuff online where it was just like a gray background and just like a character colored in white. I've always enjoyed these a lot. Okay, time to get some colors for this. Let me look at the old Nahida I made and check for progress. So I made this Nahida in December 2022. So oh, this is just a sketch. Wait, let's try that again. So this was the Nahida I made back in December 2022. And this is the Nahida that I'm drawing now. I think there's improvement. I believe there's some improvement. I think you can tell I spent a lot more. I put a lot more effort into like drawing the actual design. Does she have? Oh, she has a braid. She does. Maybe I'll draw it. I wouldn't even... Yeah, they have no emotion, but at the same time, I feel like they don't even have an understanding of what's happening. And the hands looking shitty and everything merging and blobbing together is proof of that. Because if the AI knew what it was doing, it wouldn't do that. You know, if they knew what they were looking at. It's a complicated topic. But like, I don't think it's as complicated as people make it out to be. I just know that AI bros don't really like my art, and that's great for me because my art is probably very difficult to recreate if you don't understand like the stylization and stuff, which the AI doesn't. So it's gonna be very difficult to recreate, and AI dudes don't really like my style. I feel like the only times people used AI to recreate my style was like, how do you call it? As like vengeance or as like revenge for me speaking badly of AI. Character's eyes remind me of the Starry Night. The Van Gogh picture? Really? Huh, that's interesting. I guess because of the yellow, right? My character's eyes are actually based on my own IRL eyes, because I've got blue eyes, but they have like this little yellowish hue in the middle. So a lot of people ask me like what color my eyes are, and some say green, some say blue. Like it's very like lots of people have different like opinions on it. So I kind of made my VTuber character's eyes kind of similar in that sense, where it's like blue but it's got some yellow on it. Gotta go bye 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 bye. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, Nahida has... Is it white hair or is it... Yeah, it is white hair, right? Or is it like gray? I think it's white, right? Oh, everything is white. Should I use the colors of the game? Damn, that's pale. I've been improving. Thank you. You think so? Oh, I kind of like this color, actually. Let me look. I'm glad you think I've been improving. Yeah, like a bluish greenish white. Come more into your style, it seems. Almost made the face rounder and softer. Really, I feel like my art has been less round lately. I feel like my art used to be more stylized before, and now it's more like anime, or it's more like I don't want to say generic, but like generic proportions. Does that make sense? Like more correct proportions. I feel like it's less chibi overall. And I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I think it's a good thing. I like it. On one hand, like, there's less uniqueness to it. But on the other hand, I feel like I've got more flexibility to do more stuff. No, I think my art is getting way less chibi than before. Like, way less. I mean, this character is like a child, so I don't think it's a good example, but if we get like for example, if I get like a sexy lady, for example. So I drew this sexy lady recently, and I'm gonna open another sexy lady that I drew last year. So if we compare the two sexy ladies, let me try to put them side by side. I'm trying my best to put the sexy ladies side by side. So okay, there you go. I think you can tell, right? What's your favorite character, element, or weapon? I'm sorry, I don't have any of those. I don't play the game. I just draw their characters for the sponsorship. From the eyes to the body shape. Yeah, like I feel like it's very much less chibi now, right? And these are two like sexy ladies that I was trying to draw, like big boobs and stuff like that. I feel like it's become like unfair to compare with different face angles. Yeah, I guess, but I think you can still like tell. I don't think the perspective is that hardcore, you know? I don't think the perspective is that much. Let me see what else I have. Oh yeah, 2021. Let me find this. Okay, another sexy lady. Oh, look, like the poses are kind of the poses aren't similar, but the perspective is a little more similar, right? Right, so boobies going up, right? It's different. I feel like this is more similar though. I thought people get sponsorship because they really like something in particular. No, yeah, they reach out to creators they think are gonna get them views. Never saw this Rosalina drawing. Yeah, I made it for a sticker a while ago. I only posted it on TikTok and on Twitter, I believe. Yeah, I guess these are a little more similar, but I still see a lot of difference. I see a lot of difference for sure. Let me try to find more. Or like the CSS, for example. Another sexy lady. Like, this is a lot more chibi than... Yeah. I feel like this one, you can really tell this is a lot more chibi. And this is a lot more chibi than what I make now. For sure. Has changed. Yeah, from half anime, half chibi. Yeah, I think that's a great way to put it. Half anime, half chibi. I think so too. I don't think it's as stylized as it used to be, which is it's a little sad because I think it loses a little bit of its uniqueness. But I also think it gives me more flexibility to work with more people. Does that make sense? And to get like more opportunities, more work opportunities in general. I think. You have a blend of chibi and regular anime. Yeah, that's what I try to do for sure. I'm glad you like my Dark Magician girl. I actually animated that one, so she moves. Chibi me. Anime. With help of Among Us and Kirby. I also feel like there's like levels of chibi to something like this is chibi, but like my full body art is chibi, but like let me try to find an actual, but like this is also chibi, right? This is chibi 100%. And this is chibi for sure, like, or like this is chibi, but this is chibi. You know, like this is chibi. This is chibi squared. Chibi, but chibi squared. Or let me try to find more chibis and chibi squares. The bigger the head, the more chibi. Bigger the head in relation to the body, yes. Or like, this is chibi, but this is super chibi. Right? Chibi and chibi squared. I've got this, and then I've got my full bodies, which are a little bit taller. And yeah, that's why I don't really like putting everything in like the same bag. Cause like this is chibi, but this is also chibi, but this is also chibi. You know? It's like, to me this is a full body. Sure, it's like, it's got like childish, I guess, proportions. But, you know, this is a chibi, this is a chibi. I wouldn't call this like a chibi. Style on the right. Yeah, this is my regular full body, like, style. It's cool to see, like, the differences. Minimum ratio head body to be considered chibi. Yeah, I think it's below 5 heads. I think it's below 5 heads tall. I might be wrong though. Like 5 heads tall is kind of, it's like the Pokemon style. And people don't really call Pokemon. It's an OC from a commissioner from a long time ago, yeah. It's back when I was doing commissions to sustain myself. Not good times. Alright, let's color the girly. Pokemon. No, Pokemon is not considered chibi. Children. No, I mean, yeah, you've got children characters, but you also have adult characters, right? In chibi. Like in Pokemon, right? Like, for example, do you think Nessa from Pokemon is a chibi? Like, do you think this is like a child? I don't look at this girl as like a child. At all. Yeah, not at all, right? Let's see how many heads they have. So 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, 5 heads, exactly. They're 5 heads tall. You thought she was a child? No way. This doesn't look like a child at all. So this is usually how I do, like... This is usually how I see proportions on drawings, so... 1 head. Wait. I need to delete, like, the black around it. There you go. So 1 head. 2 heads. 3. 4. 5. Oh, it's 6 actually. Is it 6? How did I count 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? 1, 2, 3. Huh. Oh, okay. I'm robbing some. I'm robbing some space. Interesting. There you go. Okay, it's around 6 heads. Interesting. Called Kodomo style. It depends, cause like Kodomo style usually makes like a big separation. I used to call it Kodomo, yeah. But like it usually makes a big separation between children and adults, and I don't. You know, like this way I draw Nahida is like kind of similar to the way I would draw like an adult. Of course they are different, but let me see. Nurse Joy. Like Pokemon, for example, is the Kodomo anime, like it's called Kodomo style. But like there's a big separation between kids and adults, right? I'm surprised that Nessa got to 6 heads, because like if I do it with my fingers, I count 5. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it is 6 heads. Interesting. Yeah, she's an adult, right? Let's see how many heads she has, just like for the sake, like just for the heck of it. I'm curious now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, no, I'm counting the hat. I can't count the hat. I feel like this is more fair, right? I was counting the hat. So 1, 2, 3. Oh my god. 3, 4. Yeah, around 5 heads. 5 heads plus feet. And yeah, she's an adult. You can tell she's an adult. Let me look at my own art for comparison. For example, I made this drawing of Mari. So 1 head, 2, 3. Yep, it's 4 heads plus feet. So that's why it is Chibi. There you go. It's, yeah, 4.5 heads. Between 4 and 5 is usually what I do. New model? No, this was just like for a collab I did on Roboros's server. And it was also a challenge on the Discord server. Like, I made like one of the challenges that I make is like, the one I did last month was draw your character wearing like gala clothes. That was the image I used as an example. So I think anything below 5 heads is considered chibi. What's up, Farble? I'm tired. I've been so lazy lately. I don't want to do anything. Like, my YouTube is getting less views, I'm getting less revenue, but I'm like, I don't want to work any harder. I need to work harder. But it's like, What's this about multiple heads? Oh, yeah. It's like the height of a character. You can like... Yeah, usually when I think about proportions of a character, I think in heads. That's basically it. I think like a regular style would have like 6-7 heads. And then you've got like middle, like half chibi, half regular, or half anime, half regular, which are like 5 heads, 6 heads. Because someone was asking like, what's like, what proportions you needed for it to be considered chibi, and I think it's below 5 heads. Because my art is like 4.5 and people consider it chibi. You're probably 7. Usually people are around 7 heads tall, like IRL people. I'm sleepy. I love putting so much effort into like a 1-minute video. What about the Short Kings? I think the Short Kings also have 7 heads, maybe not. I don't know how it works. I've never checked it myself. I'm gonna leave in an hour, so I'm gonna leave. Okay, bye-bye. Thanks for hanging out. I don't really know if I should post this on the VODs channel or on the art channel because it's art. But like, it's both, right? It's both art and a VOD. So it's like, which one is it? Do you ever wish you had like a mentor? For like your job? Both are good. I can't do it on both. Can't post it on both, unfortunately. I can't do that. I can't post like the same video on 2 different places. A mentor for everything. Hell yeah. I agree. For me, like content creation, I would love to have like a mentor. Like someone who could just tell me like, you should do this because that, and then you decide if you want to do it or not, you know? Like here and there I've met people. I don't have any like content creation friends, content creator friends. And I do see that how that like affects me like negatively, in the sense where like I see people who have content creator friends, they have a lot of things easier because they can just make content with their friends, or they can just like talk to their friends, ask for advice on stuff. That kind of thing. I miss it a lot, like in general. I really wish I was closer with more content creators. I would be your mentor, but like, are you an experienced and successful content creator though? Because like a mentor is that's usually what a mentor means. She's beautiful in yourself, thank you. No, then no thanks. Like I don't want you as a mentor. I feel like most VTubers know so many VTubers. They're like, oh yeah, my friends are all VTubers. And I'm like, I cannot relate. My friends are not VTubers at all. Heck, they're not even like content creators. I know there's like a lot of also like collab discords and stuff like that for content creators to mingle and collab and that kind of thing. I'm in one. I'm in an artist's like content creator server, and I did join the one collab that they held. So that's a start, right? I'm excited for that video to come out. I will be promoting it once it does. It's not going to be on my channel. Haven't posted anything in like a year. As long as you enjoy drawing, right, and still have fun with it and feel like you're improving and stuff, I think it's good. Working on stuff, that's good. I like the feeling of working on stuff. Are you the person who complained about Princess Peach on Twitter? Yeah, I did say I didn't like the movie design on the cover of the game. Bye Zara, thanks for hanging out. Have a great day. These designs are very, very detailed. I feel like I should probably not spend so much time on the tiny details of this, because that's not going to be worth it in the end. good. I'm gonna add some polka dots here to simulate like the little starry sky thing she has. I like the polka dots on the eyes. I think they look good. Alright. So I feel like her dress is white, but like a different type of white from the hair and the skin. Because her skin is very, very light. Almost white, but like not quite. I just rhymed a lot on accident. I'm sorry about that. I feel like it would be... It's not the same as the hair though. I feel like if I do it the same color as the hair, it's not gonna look good. So I'm gonna try to make it like maybe a cream color. Do people complain about there being something wrong with the art? I don't think so. That feels kind of a weird thing to do. I think, at least I have this... I have this attitude when it comes to content I see online. It's like, if I don't like it, I don't engage with it. Like, if I see a drawing of a character that I don't like, I will just not engage with it. I will just not like it, or not retweet it, or not share it, you know? I just scroll past. I think I've had like some comments from people saying, oh, you drew this wrong, or this is the wrong color, or whatever, but I feel like those are very rare, you know? Feels like a weird thing to do, in general. I also feel like at the end of the day, you engage with the stuff that you want to engage with. And like, your time is yours to spend. Does that make sense? Greetings from Brazil. Oi, oi, tudo bem? I don't know. It's like, I don't know. At the end of the day, you interact with the stuff you want to interact with. And I think your time in this world is limited, right? And a day is so short. At least I never find myself having enough time to do everything I want in a day. Maybe because I'm, you know, busy and employed and all that stuff. But yeah, I would rather engage with stuff that brings me something, you know, like brings me good feelings than bad feelings, I guess. Unless I'm making content. That's different. I think base colors are definitely not the part that I enjoy the most. draw very well. Thank you. Try to use the selection tool, see if that works. Trust the process, yeah. Like, it's not enjoyable to do, but you can get a good idea of how it's gonna look like, which I guess is good motivation. Instead of white, I'm gonna make this like a darker color so that I can more easily, there we go. That's a lot easier. Now I don't have to see which white is different. This character has a lot of like really, really light colors on them. Getting somewhere, for sure. This part is also gold/brown. What is this line for? I've got no idea. Do we ever draw stuff and then you're like, why the hell did I do that? I don't know what that is. Oh. Ah. Let me see. Oh. Let me see. There you go. Yeah, sometimes I'm so focused on doing the funny thick lines outside, thin lines inside that I forget what the hell I'm doing. And it does not work. So this, 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 and this. I'm going to, oops, I'm going to. Alright. More than I can count. Yeah, sometimes you're just like, why does that look like that, right? Like, why did I do that? Mari from the past, what were you thinking about? Like, what were you cooking? And now she has like different colored like hair, like strands. So I'm gonna try to do that. I guess it's like a muted green. I think that looks good, right? Elongated muskrat. Oh, this one has a gradient here. I don't like that she has so much green on her. Because the hair then mixes with the clothes and it's all a big mess, like all a big mix of green. So this part is gonna be green. I mean, this part is gonna be green. Here. And she... I feel like any Genshin design, like, takes years from... Like, drawing any Genshin character takes years off your soul. Like drawing these characters. Like it's always so rewarding, but while you're doing it, it's like, ooh. Okay, done. You know, I think I can start the shading. First, let me think about a background color. Did I miss some spots? No. I'm gonna need some... I just want to do like a one color background, I think. Or like a gradient or something. But I don't want to do more green. I think more green is like... That's a lot of green. But I mean, sure. Let's go with that. Even NPCs, really? Damn. I don't know any NPCs. Because I don't play Genshin, but... Alright. I'm not gonna do any, like, light source for this, just vibes. I'm glad you like my style. Thank you. The white, like the color, the off-white I'm using is almost darker than her skin color. Hello, Big. Welcome back.
YouTube Music é uma app de música e com Music Premium.
Okay, let's go back to this playlist. That was YouTube, not Spotify. I watch ads on YouTube. She's so cute, thank you. Alright, she has a lot of green on her, so I'm gonna try to do some green, like... I guess... reflected shadows? I don't know how any of this works. Probably something like this, right? Since there's so much green on the background. Oh, please don't take notes on my shading. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just kidding. If you want to, go ahead. But I genuinely have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know if you're gonna learn a lot from me. Hello guys, lots of people are arriving now. Welcome, welcome. Not knowing what you're doing looks pretty great. I'm glad. Since I made the background green, I'm adding some green to like the opposite side of the shading. Like the innermost part of the shading. No, I don't like that. You had class? No problem. I forget what it's called. Oh, you mean like the reflective light, I think? Reflected light? I'm not even sure. I'd probably be a much better artist if I studied. But I mean, wouldn't we all? Technically, I went to art school because I mean, I did graphic editorial design, so it's not really art school. But I feel like a lot of the knowledge kind of translates well to art. Mostly because my art is so simple and so design-like. Mikan, thank you for the 36 months. Thank you for the 4 babies. Let's go. Thank you, thank you. How are you doing, Mikan?
Yippee.
Yippee! Wait, why did it sound like Brian was asking? He was like, yippee? Question mark? That's a lot of babies. Yes, it is. Applying your shading in my drawings. Wow. Where you put your color of the shadows and then add a little color a bit more saturated between the shadow and yeah. Make the color technique glow up. That's great. I'm glad that works out. I also saw other artists do it, and I still don't understand like 100% how it works. But I do try, and sometimes it looks good. To be honest, I think for all like creative works, you will learn better on your own. Because especially like I feel like most schools, the only thing they can like the way you really learn to apply stuff is through like projects and assignments and stuff, and you can, you know, do those assignments like yourself. I feel for like creative stuff, creative, like it's not a science, right? But creative fields are so much about like self-discovery and stuff like that. It's about, you know, finding out what you vibe with, what you don't vibe with, what works, what doesn't work. It's difficult to learn that like in a school. I learned a lot in design school about like typography, about that was basically it, yeah. Honestly, that was kind of it. You guys know I mostly went to school to make some time to gain more of like a following online in order to be able to sustain myself by the time I was graduating. Because my parents were like, yeah, you can stay with us as long as like you're studying or working. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna study. So that was basically it. So college was very useful for me as like this thing I was doing while I worked on my following, because I wouldn't go into like trying to do commissions like or art full-time without a plan, or without at least some certainty that it would work out. I was always told anime manga was not an actual art style. When I went to college, I was lucky. So in school I didn't do arts because I went to the science field, so I didn't experience that at all. Because I simply didn't study art. But in college I was lucky because like the illustration professor used to be like that. But there was a certain student, Kita, my friend, and also his students in the master's degree. Like, Kita was the one who convinced him and made him understand that anime was just basically the Japanese school of illustration. And, like, not a style. Or, like, something to cringe at. And you could have, like, anime arts or anime artworks and illustrators with, like, a lot of quality. So, Kita was the one who changed that professor's mind. And by the time I arrived, because I didn't do my undergrad there. I did undergrad in chemistry, so I only did grad school like there. By the time I got there, he already appreciated anime. Like he already understood. And he even enjoys some artists like Jiraiya and stuff. I think it's Jiraiya, the guy who draws like Bada arts. Yeah, no, that's the Naruto guy. I mean the artists. I think it's Jiraiya, his name. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, Jiraiya. And like when my professor realized that this came from anime, like Vara art, like this is like closer to realism. Wait, I should only show like this picture, not the Google search, because there might be like not safe for work here. But when he realized like this was a stylization that came from anime, even though it's obviously like realistic, but you can tell there's anime like influence here. And also comic, he was like way more accepting. He was like, oh wait, I love this. I think that's sick art. That's like really good. So yeah, he realized that kind of thing. But yeah, it took a long time to convince him. So I was lucky in the sense that he was already convinced by the time I got there. But I also think, and like I'm not trying to shade on people who draw anime, but I feel like especially in school, like kids who draw anime, and myself included, because I used to be like that as well, but when you get to college it becomes a little bit embarrassing. Like I feel like, man, how do I explain this? I'm not trying to like shit on people's skills. But I do think that a lot of people who draw in anime style don't even take they don't even take themselves seriously. And they have nothing of value most of the time to provide to the teachers. Like and to the... So like I'm not saying everyone's like that. I'm saying that from my experience, including myself when I was like in middle school and stuff, and I had like art subjects and stuff, I feel like the stuff that people present to teachers is not acceptable. Like it's not at an acceptable level, in my opinion, to be taken seriously. And usually, like, teachers will look at anime art as like this, you know, like those, it's like those students who are like, oh, my teacher doesn't accept anime. Like then you check and they draw like this. They literally like draw like this. And then the teacher is like, yeah, that is not an acceptable... Oh, I can't even do like the whole... They don't even do like one line like completely. You know, it's like they will draw like this. And then they're like, oh yeah, my teacher doesn't respect anime. You know, and this is what they present to the teacher. I'm trying to do the lines like beginner artists do. It's really difficult. Yeah, like this is what they present to the teacher. And they're like, oh, my teacher doesn't respect anime. Well, yeah, neither do you. You know, and there's nothing wrong with being a beginner, of course. We were all beginners. Like, I was also like this. Like we all were. But like, I feel like this is why a lot of teachers don't respect like digital art anime, because this is what the students like present to them. They don't present any references of value. They just like show like random you know, Twitter artists or like Instagram artists. And yeah, I don't know, like if you go to your teacher with proper references, you know, with proper illustrators or proper animators and stuff like that, I think there's no way they can say no, right? I think, like, in my opinion, like, there's no way they can say no to quality. And I feel like, yeah, most people who try to do anime in school, they don't have an understanding of illustration, I guess, and like fundamentals and stuff that go into making anime as well. So at the end of the day, they kind of give anime like a bad name, you know? Because I feel like people themselves, they don't take it seriously. Like, they don't take themselves seriously. And like, most teachers, like, of course they're not gonna respect anime, because like, what they have, like, their idea of anime is what the students present to them, which is a problem in itself. Like, please don't get me wrong. I do think that, you know, if you're an art teacher, you should at the very least be aware of, like, you know, trends and aware of what people are doing nowadays. Like, if you're an art teacher nowadays and you don't know anime, you are a problem, you know? I think it's embarrassing for a teacher to not understand, like an art teacher nowadays, not to be aware of anime. It's embarrassing. 1000%. So it's like, on one hand, it's the teacher's fault for not keeping up with, you know, what people are doing, but it's also the students' fault a lot of the time for, like, they themselves, like, not being able to, quote-unquote, like, sell their work, sell the style that they're trying to defend. So, like, I do think it's like, there's two sides to the problem, in my opinion. Like, it's not as simple as the teacher doesn't respect anime. Sometimes it is. And I do think it's very embarrassing for a teacher not to be at least aware of, like, anime. Nowadays, especially. But, like, students don't do a very good job. Because, like, if you're a teacher, if you've been a teacher for 20 years, you don't know what anime is, you don't give a fuck. And, like, your student shows up with this. Oops, no. If your student shows up with this, there's nothing you can say about it. I already deleted the file, but if you show up with that thing that I drew, and if that's the idea that teacher has of what anime is, they're not obviously gonna have a great idea. Like, and that was what happened with that professor that I had in college. Like, he had that idea of anime until my friend Kita showed up and was like, wait, no, this is like a respectable style, you know, that exists. Here are my references. These are the artists I admire. These are the Japanese comics, you know, and like, this is where the style comes from. It's inspired by this, by that. Madoka Magica, Inu Curry, inspired by Russian animation. Like, once you start using these, like, because if you're in the academy, like, if you're in academia, right? If you're in an academic context, you gotta be academic. You can't just say, oh, this is a very cool style that I like. No, you gotta be academic about it. And I mean this in college, right? Not, I don't know. I feel like you should always, like, if you say something, you should back it up. You should have, like, the receipts, right? You know, like, if you tell your teacher that Inu Curry is very highly inspired by, you know, classic Russian animation, what can they say to that? You know what I mean? There's no way they can disrespect that. For example, or if you use like certain references, let me think. What's the name of that woman that does, like, Yuri Isekia, for example? Like, you know, if you show, like, actual names of, like, you know, graphic artists and illustrators and painters and stuff. Like, what can they say about it, you know? Yeah, anime is not a style. It's a school. You know how you have like the European School of Illustration, for example. I don't know if it's called the school. No. Yeah, so no, this is not it. European Illustration. I don't know if it in Portuguese you call it escola. But yeah, if you go like I can't really find it, but it's stuff like this. Like, this is very much the European, like, school of illustration, I guess. It's like very, you know, very like shapes and like kind of graphic designy. It's like the corporate. I guess it's kind of like the corporate style, sorta. And then there's like the American, which is different. It's more like comic books and stuff. And then there's the Japanese one, which is anime. And if you explain it like that, and if you speak on their terms, you know, if you speak in an academic way, if you can like defend your points, and if you can explain to them that it's the whole world, and it's like if you get on their level and explain things on their level, they're gonna have to respect you, you know? And that's the big difference. And I don't see a lot of like anime artists in schools and stuff do this, you know? Oh, abstract art? It's kind of is. It's like figures but drawn from like shapes and like very, you know, I think they call it like corporate art style. A lot, because it's used by a lot of corporations like Google, you know, like yeah, and I think that's the problem. It's that anime artists themselves don't respect themselves and their work enough to be able to, you know, talk about it in an academic setting with an academic professor. And that's why people in the academia sometimes don't take it seriously. Because if unfortunately your teacher doesn't do their job of like, you know, knowing about anime and being familiar with, you know, trends and stuff like that, you're gonna have to do that work and you're gonna have to fight for what you want. At least I think so. I fought for what I wanted. I did, for my graphic design like masters, I did everything I could to always do anything that like that I could use my art for. Every single time I try to do it, and I always had to justify it. Like, why am I doing this way? Because of this or that. Here are my sources. Here are this is why, you know. Even for infographics class, I made it work on Pokemon. Like I made basically we had to make like an infographic. Like the theme was like free. I made like, I don't think I have that anymore, unfortunately. But what I did was like a map of Kanto, like the region, in my style, like in a very like my colorful, like, you know, very cute style. And basically I looked up like most popular Pokemon and like the Pokemon plushies that sell the most, and I made like an infographic. It was basically like most popular Pokemon, like based on the number of plushies they sell on the Pokemon Center, and where you could find them, you know? So I drew like a map of Kanto and I explained that, like where you could find, you know, where you could find Pikachu, where you could find Charizard, that sort of thing. And yeah, the teacher accepted it, of course, because like I justified it. Why did I make it in like an anime sort of style? Because, you know, I'm talking about sales in Japan. You know, like that kind of thing. You just kind of have to fight for it. Because like teachers are not gonna accept it just because you want it. And it sucks. It really sucks. But you gotta fight for your life sometimes, you know? Most it's like realism. Yeah, because realism really helps you get a grasp of... Like, if you're taking drawing classes, then realism is a must. It is a must, like... Because it's where you can learn the best, like, anatomy and stuff. And trust me, it will help you a lot on, like, your anime art if you do draw anime. Doing, like, figure drawing, nude models, that sort of stuff, that will help you so much. It helps. It really does. It's the best way, fastest way to improve. Because the more comfortable you are with, like, realistic anatomy, the more comfortable you are at stylizing it. And if you want to draw characters, I cannot recommend doing that enough. I've got so many sketchbooks from when I was younger. I've got so many figure studies, like figure drawing sessions, so many. Because I had to do that by myself because I didn't have classes for that. Exactly, you break the rules once you understand them. And of course, like nowadays there's so many resources and stuff, you can kind of skip it a little bit and you can just like choose an artist and study from that artist. But like knowing the fundamentals will never ever hurt anyone. Quite the opposite. It'll only like strengthen your art, you know, and yourself as an artist. Lose interest in art when they can't do what they enjoy and are submitted to the system. I understand that completely. But, you know, that's why I feel like creative fields like art, etc. are more of like a self-discovery thing than something you learn in classes. IMO. Like, I learn a lot more, like, by myself than like, taking classes. But yeah, it is demotivating for sure. But you also have to think, how is this gonna help me? And if it doesn't help you on like the stuff that you want to do and on like the ambitions you have, maybe consider, you know, dropping out, doing something else. That's my opinion on it. It's complicated. It's difficult. Like it's a very difficult like topic. But I do think that in academic settings, anime artists don't do themselves any favors. I've been self-taught for art for so long. I learned a lot from the rules, but I work best doing my own thing. Absolutely. I think once you understand the rules, you don't have to like dominate the rules, right? You don't have to master the rules. Especially, like I said, nowadays, there's so much, like, there's so many resources online, so many different artists to choose from. Like, for me, it helps me a lot to, like, look at animators and do figure drawing from animation itself. For me, that's incredibly, like, useful. Because it's already stylized, you know, it's already stylized sorta in the style I want, and I can still learn like the fundamentals from it. I did, however, also do a lot of figure like drawing myself, like from real humans. I only started doing this like once I had like established my own style and like my own work, and even myself as an artist. I always thought my art teacher in high school and college were firmly direct about you must start realism in order to stylize. Like, I don't think you have to, but like it definitely makes things a lot easier and you will be a lot more comfortable doing it if you master the realism. Like, if you're a master of anatomy, you can do whatever the hell you want, and that's a very powerful thing. In my opinion. It's like one of the sickest things you can do. It's like just be able to draw like humans in any pose you want and like any perspective you want because you master like anatomy so much. That's so sick. It's amazing. Like when I see animators at work and they just do whatever they want, like in whatever perspective, style, whatever they want, it motivates me a lot. Like I think they're really powerful for that. Would this be a good wallpaper? I don't think so, because her face is probably on the place where the time would be, right? Maybe if I do this. Maybe that's a good wallpaper then. Went from anime to dragons to semi-realism. I love it. Want to try more styles. I think it's great to experiment. I love anime. I want to draw anime forever. It's my favorite style, or like my favorite type of style. And I just want to do it forever. I want to be 80 years old and still drawing like cute girls. Okay, I think this is done, honestly. I'm gonna save it. Oh, I haven't saved since ooh. Oh, shit. Okay, I saved it. And now I'm gonna save it as a PNG. And I'm gonna open it to Photoshop and do like the finishing touches. Anime is my favorite. And I think a lot of people also like, going back to the topic of like non-artists versus artists way of seeing things, a lot of like non-artists look at art styles as like some being lesser than others, you know? Like people say, like a lot of non-artists are like, oh yeah, you start drawing with anime and then like you improve and you go and do other stuff, with realism being like the top, you know? Or like semi-realism being like the most skill, which is why most AI stuff is like semi-realistic. I don't like that idea that there's like lesser styles than others. Oh, I like this a lot. I like this a lot as well. I feel like I've been looking at my screen for so many hours, I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. My first reference to learn halftones. I am not the person to learn halftones from. But thank you, I appreciate it. If you need more references, if you're basing your your style on mine, I recommend checking out this Twitter thread where I talk about my own references. That might be useful for you. I think it's always good to have lots of references. I don't know what I'm doing, I don't even know if that looks better. I think it's kind of the same. Just gonna do some camera raw filter. because there's some stuff on in front of my screen. Okay, and I'm gonna add a little bit of grain. There you go. Alright. What do we think? Do you guys see the grain? Really helps bring the colors together. Yeah. Before and after. Not that much of a difference, but I like it. Love it. Yippee! Just gonna sign it now and call it a day. Yeah, very green. I completely forgot to shade. Let me try to shade it now, real quick. There you go. Doesn't make that big of a difference, but it's cute. Just because of that, I'm not gonna do green hearts on the video. I'm gonna do maybe white hearts or something like that. Because she's so white. Alright. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's done. I hope people like it. It's her birthday soon. Nahida too. There you go. You got me into digital art? Really? Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. I love to know that. Thank you so much. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it a day, like, for the video. So I'm gonna press the stop recording button real quick. So yeah, if you're watching from YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching, like, the process of creating this Nahida. If you were drawing with me on the background, I hope I could keep you some company. And yeah, I will keep posting VODs on this channel, so subscribe and like, I'm not really sure. But yeah, have a great day. Bye bye.